Okay, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat, to all participants here in Zoom and to everyone joining us via Facebook Live. Welcome to the 196th session of the DTI Consumer Care Webinar Series on DTI Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board or PCAB Complaints Handling Process. You can still invite your friends and colleagues to join this webinar and share the Zoom link. Bago po tayo magsimula, we would like to give some reminders. Unang-una, ang ating webinar session po ay recorded. By continuing your participation in the meeting, you are also consenting that you may be recorded. We are encouraging you to stay at samahan niyo po kami hanggang matapos at sabay-sabay tayong matuto sa topic natin ngayong umaga. Ang mga sumusunod na reminders ay para masiguro na smooth ang ating webinar session. Number 1, pakipalitan po ang format ng inyong pangalan. Maaring consumer space, full name, o di po kaya ay pangalan ng company then yung complete name. Kung masyadong mahaba naman po ang pangalan ng company, kahit acronym na lang po ang gamitin. Number 2, please turn off your mic and video during the webinar session unless you are requested by the moderator to speak. Number 3, para sa mga tanong, we are encouraging everyone to click the raise hand button to directly address the speaker during the question and answer portion, or you may send in your question through the chat box. Number 4, at lastly, para po sa mga naka-touchscreen device, please avoid drawing or making annotation on the screen para hindi po ma-distract ang ating speaker at ibang mga participant. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Alex Carandang from the Consumer Policy and Advocacy Bureau and I will be your moderator for today's webinar. Without further ado, let us begin this webinar session by singing the Philippine National Anthem to be followed by the invocation.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, dalas na sinangalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyagan ang magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa nagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit ng pangaw, ay hinanang tulang awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng patawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iingin, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidinig. Lumalang araw ng walang pansinta, buhay langit sa piling ko. Ang inigaya ng pagkay mag-amin, at mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Loving Heavenly Father, we come to you this hour asking for your blessing as we are gathered together in this webinar. May your blessings of wisdom and guidance be upon us all for the sharing and impartation of knowledge and skills by our resource speakers, facilitators, and moderators. Bless also the participants so that they would be able to glean the information from this activity and share what we have learned in the spirit of your generosity. Lord, we bring you our prayers, our commitment, our gifts to you this day. Let us who have a keen dedication and awareness of your creation have courage and conviction that we are able to contribute to the sustainability of the earth. Inspire us as we make choices so that we will recognize the impact our lives have on our environment and our human family around the globe. Pour out your blessings upon us today, Lord. May each of our actions reveal our awareness that we are partners with you in the creation and sustainability of this earth that you have given to us to appreciate and enjoy. We ask this in the name of your Son. Amen.
Okay, good morning po ulit. Before we proceed with our session, we would like to request our participants to answer our short survey regarding the suggested retail price or SRP. The link will be posted in the chat box or you may refer to your screen for the QR code. So our topic for today is DTI-Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board or PCAB Complaints Handling Process. So to formally start our session today, I would like to call on the officer in charge of the Consumer Advocacy Division of the Consumer Policy and Advocacy Bureau, Ms. Marie Camille D. Castillo. Good morning po, Ma'am Camille.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Alright, sige. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat, and we are very happy, we are very pleased that you are here once again to join our Consumer Care Webinar Series. Maraming salamat po ha. We hope that you'll join us every Tuesday. That's from the DTI-CPG to bring you all the programs and topics, not only from DTI, but also from the other government offices with consumer protection functions and services. So firstly, thank you very much to PCAB. Attorney Reyes, maraming salamat po for accommodating our request. Alam niyo po, dito po sa DTI, that's what we love most no? Kahit medyo short notice, napapa-oo natin sila to help us inform and educate our consumers. So particularly today, again, we are exercising our right as consumers regarding information and education. But particularly, we are exercising our consumer right to redress, because we are discussing the complaints handling system, particularly from PCAB. So please listen. We hope you have queries and questions later on. Join our forum later on para po matulungan tayo ni Attorney Reyes in our questions regarding our mga clarifications specifically regarding our contractors, those licensed and also unlicensed. No, sir. So we will be provided with proper information regarding the first licensing of our contractors and subcontractors, and secondly, particularly po on the complaints handling system of PCAB. So hindi lang po ang DTI CPG ang meron pong complaints handling, pati po ang ating mga government offices, particularly po from the DTI regarding our complaints. Paano po, what are these processes or steps that we can go through para po masagot ang ating mga tanong at reklamo. And alam niyo po, 3 days na lang, it's Consumer Welfare Month already. That's October. So we are starting this Saturday. Actually, we started this morning in our flag raising ceremony of the DTI. Nag-drum beating na po kami within the DTI family. But we are already blasting our social media cards for you to be properly informed of what will happen this October. It's Consumer Welfare Month, and our theme is sustainable consumerism in the digital era. So, sama-sama po tayong makilahok, Sama-sama po tayong mag-join in the various activities of the DTI and the government regarding the Consumer Welfare Month this year. So, see you po, not only in our Consumer Care Webinar Series, but in the other activities for the Consumer Welfare Month this October. So, on behalf of our Undersecretary, Attorney Ruth Castello, and our Assistant Secretary, Attorney Ann Cabochan, and our directors here in the DTI CPAB, Attorney Marcos Valdez and Attorney Jack Cristobal. Maraming salamat po, and have a good day, everyone. Be safe po. Good morning.
Thank you for that wonderful opening remarks, Ma'am Camille. Moving to our main part of our program, our speaker for today is a graduate of the Faculty of Civil Law of the University of Santo Tomas and passed the 2006 Philippine Bar Examination. He is a lawyer, litigator, professor, mentor, and team player and leader for more than a decade with excellent track record. He is the chief of the PCAB Monitoring and Enforcement Division and the concurrent OIC of the PCAB Records and Information Division. He leads the Monitoring and Enforcement Division of the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board under the Construction Industry Authority of the Philippines, which is responsible in the conduct of investigation, hearing, and enforcement of the construction laws. Let us give a warm welcome to Attorney Honorario Eduardo B. Reyes III, the Chief Monitoring and Enforcement Division, Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board. Good morning, Attorney Reyes. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you. Good morning. Yeah, I think you have my slides, so we can just continue with the slides. Apologies dun sa picture na pinadala. Dun sa picture parang ang linis ko, that was a decade ago yata. Oo, sobrang mahal na mahal nila yung picture na yun. And then after DTI and CEP, I had to evolve. That's why nagkaroon ng evolution, naging ganito yung itsura ko. Yeah, so that's just a joke. Okay. I think you have my slides, so just continue with the slides and we move from there. I prepared around, I think, 4 to 5 slides. Yeah, 4 to 5 slides kasi ayoko naman maging reading webinar ito. So I want us to discuss, talk about yung mga questions nyo. And with the permission of the admin, it would be okay for me if they just put the question para free-flowing. You can put your questions sa chat group, and as I do with my other webinars, I answer the questions there and then. Do not worry, I just have 4 or 5 slides. We will be able to finish and answer all of your questions. Okay, anyway, as of the moment, there are only 128 participants. So you can ask all the questions that you want to your heart's content. As I also would always say, I conduct my webinars and my speaking engagement not in English so much, Tagalog, parang kwentuhan lang. Mahirap po kasi pag masyadong formal. So, however, there are certain matters which I have to speak in English and I have to discuss in English. Kaya mawalang galang na po kung may mga ibang terms at kung minsan mas maigi na sabihin siya ng English kaysa sa Tagalog or in the common language. However, as much as possible, I will try to. Hindi naman ako nandito para mag-impress na magsabi magaling ako mag-English. Hindi rin po ako dito para sabihin sa inyo na memorize ko yung batas. Hindi rin po ako pumunta dito at magsasalita sa harap nyo para ipakita sa inyo kung gaano ako kagaling. Hindi po. Nandito po tayo para tayong lahat ay matuto. Tulad ng kayo ay matututo sa aking mga sasabihin, I also welcome all of your questions because ganun pa man, I will also be learning what is happening on the ground. I mean to say na we are here in our office, we conduct our investigations per se. However, we do not know kung ano nangyayari sa ground. Di natin alam kung ano talaga nangyayari kapag kayo ang nandyan at nagtatrabaho with your contractors. So we start basically with the power and jurisdiction of PCAB over administrative cases and in handling cases. So the jurisdiction of PCAB comes from, next slide po, sir. Yeah, the jurisdiction of PCAB comes from Section 5 of RA 4566. Dalawang batas lang po ang pag-uusapan natin dito. Hello? Yeah, do you hear me? It's still clear? Dalawang batas lang po pag-uusapan natin dito. It's RA 4566. It is the contractor's law. Yan po yung ating contractor's law. Yan po yung nag-create ng PCAB. And then RA 11711. RA 11711 basically is the act amending RA 4566. And mayroon ako narinig. Sino naka-open ng mic?
Sorry, sir.
Ako lang ba?
Everyone to be muted while our speaker is presenting, please. Admin, or pakimute po ang lahat ng ating participants.
Yeah, oo. Oo, kasi marites ako. Baka mamaya marinig ko yung mga latest sa inyo sa office nyo. Oo, maraming marites dito. So, there you go.
Thank you. Go ahead po.
Okay. So, ayan, nakamute na yata sila. Oo, kasi daan-daan, baka naka-record dito, marinig yung mga marites dyan. Anyway, moving forward. So, RA 4566 basically is the act creating PCAB. And it gives the power of, it should be Carbonell. Yeah, so there's a correction sa name ni Madam Che. Okay. So, moving forward, nakalagay po sa RA 4566 Section 5 that the PCAB board is vested with the authority to issue, to suspend, and revoke license. And it is with the issue to revoke licenses which gives PCAB the authority to investigate. Kasi nga po sinasabi natin dito, with the power to give comes with it literally the power to take away. So PCAB is mandated with the power to give out licenses. Diba? Ganun lang po kasimple yun. And with the power to give out licenses, nakalagay po dyan, we also have the power to investigate how you use those licenses and whether or not we will permit you to retain your licenses or suspend your licenses. Ayan po, ang power po ng PCAB ay to suspend, revoke, and then with RA 11711, dinagdagan pa po yung penalty. Hindi lang po suspend and revoke. Dinagdagan po ng fine of not less than 100,000 or not more than 500,000. And in certain cases, not more than 500, not less than 500 and not more than 1 million. Plus, ang nakalagay po sa 11711 is plus 1% of the project cost na ginagawa. And then imprisonment in certain cases of not less than 1 year but not more than 6 years. So hindi lang po fine, hindi lang po revocation and suspension, meron na rin pong imprisonment. So basically, si PCAB po ay lalong pinalakasan po yung pangil. Dati po kasi walang pangil. Puro suspension, revocation, and then after suspension and revocation, ang binibigay lang po ng batas sa PCAB ay pwede ka magbigay ng fine, pero 5,000 pesos. Hanggang doon lang yung power namin. This time around, ang power ng PCAB ay pinalakasan. It became more stringent because not only did it upgrade the penalty or the fine to 1 million or 500,000, it also included the penalty of imprisonment. We will discuss that later. Further, I would want to inform everyone, and ito ang importante, na ang jurisdiction din ng PCAB is administrative in character. It is administrative and disciplinary in character. Ibig sabihin po ng administrative and disciplinary in character, ang issue lang po na kailangan natin tanungin ay isa lang, whether or not there is reason for PCAB to discipline a certain contractor. Therefore, ang kailangan na tanong is, ang kailangan po na rason para pumunta kayo sa PCAB ay para mapadisiplinahan ng isang kontraktor. Yun lang po. Hindi po dahil gusto nyong makuha ang pera nyo. Sobra yung binayad ko, hindi naman natapos. That is abandonment. However, your prayer, what you seek for, yung gusto nyong makuha, kaya kayo nag-file sa PCAB, is matanggalan siya ng lisensya. Or mabigyan siya ng fine. But, hindi po namin gagalawin kapag meron kayong prayer doon na gusto nyong makakuha ng damages. That is civil in nature. Anything which is civil in nature, sa arbitration commission po yan, sa SIAC. Pag pera na po ang pinag-uusapan, civil in nature yun. Hindi natapos at gusto nyo makuha ulit yung pera nyo, may damages, yung mga yan. That is civil in nature. Therefore, it is arbitration or you go to courts. Further, I would also want to add, for the information of everybody, ang pag-file ng kaso sa PCAB is basically free. Wala pa po kaming filing fee. Kaya pa po ang daming nagpa-file. Wala po tayong filing fee. Libre po, libre. Ayan. So, as long as it is not civil in nature and it is basically administrative and disciplinary, PCAB will entertain. So we will now go to the next slide, which will show us basically the process on how we handle the cases. So ito po yung process. Unang-una, kailangan may complaint. Okay? Ang complaint natin basically should be, as a general rule, notarized and verified. Kulang yung ginawa. Walang verified. It should be notarized and verified. Kailangan notaryado. Ang mga contractor o ang mga tao, kung minsan nagtatanong, attorney, bakit kailangan notaryado? Hindi ba pwede anonymous? Nakakatakot naman eh. Kung minsan, di ba, si mayor ang usually ganun, si mayor ang contractor. O kaya si gobernador, o kaya si congressman. Yan. Ang sinasabi namin, kailangan po kasi yan notaryado at verified because it nasa batas. Okay? It should be a formal complaint, and ang pinakarason po dyan, ang rationale behind that, basically is for the protection also of the contractor. Kasi kung gagawin natin at i-entertain natin ang anonymous complaint, ang mangyayari po ay napakadaming complaint na mafa-file, which is only in the nature of pestering yung mga kaso. So for yung mga contractor, so yung tinatawag natin na to pester, yung pang-disturbo lang, yan, pang-perwisyo, napakadami pong ganyan. So kailangan po notaryado para malaman natin na totoong tao yung nagfa-file sa PCAB. Ang hirap naman po kasi pag anonymous o kaya fictitious character. Alam niyo po, bago kami dumating dito sa PCAB, napakadami pong final na si Donald Duck at saka si Mickey Mouse. Si Mickey Mouse at si Donald Duck, naku, napakagaling mag-file ng kaso. There were a lot of cases filed by Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse, and of course, we never entertained them. Kasi, sino ang magpe-present ng case later on? So it would eventually be no one. So if wala rin naman magpe-presenta ng ebidensya, at the end of the day, or ultimately, we're going to dismiss the case. So why wait? So better not entertain it na lang in the first place. Okay, so may question po tayo dito, Attorney Ray from the partners, Moses and partners, Sir Cesar Suarez. Attorney Reyes, good day po. This is Engineer Cesar Suarez from the... Thank you po for this opportunity. Our cases, I heard na meron pong companies doing contract a proper license, as well na wala pong contract agreement. Kung meron mga contract agreement, kulang-kulang and one-sided. Sometimes, iniiwan yung project at masyadong delay. Ano po yung protection meron yung owner and client nila? Thank you. Okay, just like I said, if you file a case with PCAB, I'll discuss this later when we go to that slide. Iba po, mas mabigat ang parusa ng unlicensed na ngayon because of the new law, 11711, which took effect on May 17 of 2022. Okay? Number 2, magkaiba po yung... Sorry, nagbibigta po ako. So, magkaiba po yung practice of profession or exercise of profession from getting a PCAB license. Okay? So magkaiba po yun. Kahit po ikaw ay engineer o architect, kapag wala kang PCAB license, you cannot do construction works. Okay? You cannot do construction works. Kailangan mo po ng PCAB license. Your practice, you cannot hide behind the veil of your license or of your profession, basically, and do construction works if you do not have a PCAB license. You can only do construction works if you're an engineer kapag ikaw ay empleyado ng isang firm, construction firm na may PCAB license. On your own, bawal. Doon po sa walang kontrata, I think it goes both ways. Okay? Pinakamarami pong mawalang galang na po, pero ang pinakamarami or most of the cases filed with PCAB, basically, pag tinatanong ko, bakit hindi po kayo pumasok ng kontrata? Kasi pinakilala po sa akin si brother. Oh, kapatid niyo po? Hindi po. Nakilala ko po sa church. Ayan. Yan po usually. Kung hindi po nakilala sa church, sinabi ni kumpare na okay, sinabi ni brother na okay, yan po nagkakaroon ng problema. And if kailangan nyo ng contractor, let me always say this, at paulit-ulit namin sinasabi, if you enter into a construction agreement, we are not talking about hundreds of thousands only. We are talking of millions, or if not tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions. And who person in his right mind would enter into an agreement without any written evidence or without any written contract? And you are, the subject of that contract is millions, are millions. So it is for the protection of everyone Dapat pumasok kayo ng kontrata. Tapos pag gumawa kayo ng kontrata, dapat kompletuhin. Di ba? Further, the first thing that you have to do is to check, to verify. Okay, that's the first thing you do, is to check kung yung contractor nyo, you verify if your contractor is licensed or not. You can do that online. Pumunta kayo sa PCAB.gov.ph. I will type it down. PCAB.gov.ph.com/verify. There. So if you go to this site, you will be able to verify lahat ng listahan dyan. So isusulat nyo po dyan yung pangalan ng kontraktor. Pag nilagay nyo dyan po yung pangalan ng kontraktor, you will be able to see. Okay? Natanggap po ba ng lahat yung nilagay kong ano? Or was it only sent to Mr. Moses? Paano bang ilagay to send to all?
With this chat, sir, you can type in po chat sa everyone, sir.
To everyone, sir. To everyone.
Nakalagay dapat to everyone. Ayan, to everyone in meeting. Ayan. So dyan po nakikita nyo, pcab.gov.ph.com/verify, you will be able to check. Pwede nyong i-type yung pangalan ng contractor at lalabas doon. Ang makikita na doon basically is all of his license particulars. So the name of the firm, the name of the AMO or yung may-ari, the proprietor. Pag single contractor, you also see the license number, yung principal classification niya, kung valid, hanggang kailan yung validity ng license. So you can see that there. Okay? So the first rule is for you to check kung licensed o hindi. I think I was able to answer yung question. Yung po sa delay at saka yung unlicensed, we will be able to discuss that later when we come to the next slide. Okay? Or the third slide, I guess. The third slide. So, your complaint should be notarized and verified. Yun nga yung general rule. Wag po yung anonymous, number 1. And number 2, wag naman po kung sino-sinong pangalan lang ilalagay nyo. Otherwise, it will be dismissed eventually. Okay? Kasi hindi po namin ina-encourage yung mga nagfa-file just for the sake of filing to pester yung mga contractors naman because it will open the floodgates to a lot of cases na pang-perwisyo lang. Okay? Hindi ko type yung pangalan nito. Ginaya yung pangalan ni Popoy. Ayan, di ba? Yun yung pinakasikat na contractor, yung si Popoy tsaka si Basha. Ayan. So, yung iba nagagalit, nagpa-file pag ginagaya yung pangalan ni Popoy at Basha. Okay. So, exceptions. Basically, there are only 3 exceptions. Kaya tayo ba na pwede naming entertain kahit na hindi po siya notarized and verified. So, that is 1, if the complaint or the endorsement came from the office of the president. Number 2, if it came from any other government agency. And number 3, when it came from the other divisions of PCAB. So, Office of the President, dati inuutusan kami, wala pa ngayon sa new administration, but the previous administration, napakadami pong utos sa amin. Ang napakadaming utos na kailangan namin i-investigate because of the 888. Ayan. The agency or other agency of government, usually it's the DOLE, the DPWH, and the NIA or the National Housing Project also, NHA. Marami po dyan din. Or even the several LGUs. Okay? And then divisions of PCAB, nagme-memo po dito yung mga evaluators namin and they tell us to investigate this contractor kasi nahuli na yung mga pinasa na dokumento ay hindi totoo at kailangan namin i-verify. Okay, so it starts with the complaint. General rule, it should be notarized and verified. If it is not notarized and verified, kung gusto nyong i-entertain namin, make sure nakasama kayo sa exceptions. Okay, moving forward, after po natanggap namin yung complaint, nakatanggap kami ng complaint, ang una namin titignan basically is, wait, Ano ba ito? Is it within our jurisdiction? If the answer is yes, we move on. Is it notarized and verified? If the answer is yes, we go to the third. We now send out summons. We send out summons immediately, basically 5 to 10 days. Nilalabas namin agad yung summons na yan. And then yung summons, binibigyan namin yung both parties ng summons. If we speak, meron tayong special rule. Kapag unlicensed yung contractor, kasama dun sa summons is a cease and desist order. Kasi unlicensed ka. Bawal kang, to begin with, wala kang lisensya, bawal kang gumawa ng construction. May automatic cease and desist order. And since it is now a cease and desist order, ang mangyayari, baliktad na. Si unlicensed ngayon ang magpo-prove, it becomes a reverse investigation na si unlicensed ang magpo-prove na he is authorized or licensed to do a construction work. Okay? Otherwise, he will be penalized. Okay? So ano ang mga laman ng summons? Ang laman po ng summons ay the title of the case. So for example, Popoy versus Basha, the case number, case PCAB case number 143. Nature of the, so sa example po ni Mr. Moses, the title of the case dito po would be yung iniwan, abandonment, and then using other specifications, not following the proper specifications, abandonment, and unlicensed. So napakadami po dun sa example ni Mr. Cesar. Tatlo po yung magiging kaso dyan. Ayan. So, and then kasama pa po sa summons would be the time, date, and place of the hearing. Okay? Now, face-to-face na po yung hearing natin. Dito na po sa office namin. So afterwards, magkakaroon po tayo ng hearing. So for example, dumating na po yung hearing. I-discuss po muna natin dyan. The hearing basically is factual in nature. Okay? Factual in nature, ibig sabihin, we just talk about the facts. So I suggest, we strongly suggest na kapag po may hearing, papuntahin nyo po yung may alam ng facts. Huwag nyo pong papuntahin yung hindi alam ang facts. Di ba? So if you are a contractor, may mga nakita po ako dito na contractor, yung mga contractor po, papuntahin nyo yung may alam ng facts. Huwag nyo papuntahin yung secretary nyo o kaya yung security guard. Kapag ikaw naman ang complainant, make sure that you are there. Okay? Because here are our policy and our rules. Nasa rules of procedure po namin yan. Kapag po absent si contractor, it is automatically sent for decision. Automatic na po yan. Kapag absent si contractor na walang pasabi, automatic sent for decision. And usually, pag ganyan, talo agad si contractor. Kasi he took it sitting down. Hindi na siya nag-attend. Kapag naman si complainant ang absent, the case is automatically dismissed. Okay? Usually tinatanong. Pero, the dismissal is only provisional in character. Ha? Usually tinatanong, attorney, bakit naman dinismiss agad? Ang hirap gumawa ng kaso. Naglakas pa yung loob namin dyan. Diba? Because, as you remember, di ba sinabi ko, ayan, nasa slide, nag-umpisa ang kaso because of a complaint. So, pag nag-umpisa ang kaso because of a complaint, kapag hindi nag-attend si complainant, ibig sabihin, wala na siyang interest dun sa kaso. Kasi siya nag-umpisa, dapat siya yung pinaka-interesadong tao sa kaso. Okay? It just goes to show that you are no longer interested in pursuing your case. If you are no longer interested in pursuing your case, we will dismiss it eventually. Bakit pa kami mag-aantay? I-dismiss na lang natin. Anyway, since it is provisional in character, the complainant has 365 days or 1 year to reopen the case. So for example, hindi siya naka-attend kasi may COVID siya. Ayan. He has 1 year to reopen the case. So, wala pa bang mga question? Klaro? Ganon? Sobrang clear? You can answer questions anytime. We will answer po your questions. Ayan. During the first hearing, pagdidiscusin at pag-uusapan din natin yung pag-file nyo ng pleadings. Yung pleadings po yan po yung mga sagutan na nakasulat. So, the complaint by an question or an answer, and then the answer will be answered by a reply, and then after the reply, rejoinder. And then we stop muna sa rejoinder, and then sabay, for synchronization purposes, sabay, magfa-file ng memorandum. Hindi po namin hinahayaan na magpasa pa ng ibang pleading after rejoinder. Memorandum na lang. Kasi it needs to end somewhere. Okay, the submission of pleadings needs to end somewhere or sometime. And that is basically on rejoinder. Alam nyo kasi, ang kultura po kasi ng Pilipino dito sa Pilipinas, hindi ko naman nila lahat, pero kasama po sa subukan nyo mamaya. Pagkatapos nyo makinig ng webinar, subukan nyo. Dito po kasi sa Pilipinas, pag may argument, we always want to have the last say. Di ba? We always want to have the last say. Eh di ganun din pag nag-file ng kaso. Kasi pag hindi po natin yan pinigilan, meron sir rejoinder. Tapos, comment to the sir rejoinder. Reply rejoinder. Comment to the reply to the comment to the sir rejoinder. Di ba? Ang dami pong ganyan. Tapos magsasawa na kasi sobrang haba. Comment. Ganoon na lang. Tapos reply to the comment. Mag-uumpisa na naman. And of course, kapag hindi po natin pinigilan, hindi po matatapos. Okay? So kailangan, ang ginawa ng PCAB ay hanggang rejoinder lang. And then after rejoinder, magpa-file na ng memorandum. And then from there, we continue our investigation. Okay, continue po. Next slide, please. Okay. Next. Ayan. So, ang susunod po, pag i-check po natin kung kailangan pa po ng further hearing. So, pag sinubmit na lahat ang pleadings, i-check din ng PCAB kung kailangan pa, may mga hindi pa nasagot o kailangan pa ng further hearing. Usually, nagpapahearing pa po kami ng 1 o 2 beses. And then, in the middle of those, yung hearing, pleading, and then checking, everything, kasi 10 days, 15 days, 15 days, and then another 15 days, usually last yung submission of pleadings, mga 45 days. So if it lasts that long, that will give us also time to do our site investigation, our document verification. So we go outside of the office and then check yung site kung totoo nga yung sinabi. Oh, sabi nga dito, ang tinapos, 80%. Yung isa naman, ang sabi, tinapos 20% lang. Check natin kung ano yung nangyari talaga sa site. Ayan. So, kapag naman yung sa verification, sinasabi ng isa, ay, may permit ako na gumawa na 24/7. So, sabi ng isa, pumunta ako sa barangay at saka sa City Hall, wala pong permit na binigay dyan na mag-construct 24/7. Ayan. So, we go. And then if we check, we will see kung meron ngang permit. Di ba? So basically, lahat po ng sinasubmit, pag kailangan pong i-verify, bine-verify namin. It is with or without even telling that to the parties, and the parties will just know because it will be part and parcel of the board resolution as well. Ayan. So after the hearing, we submit it for board resolution. Ang trabaho po namin as the investigating committee basically is only recommendatory in character. Kaya po ang tawag po dyan ay board resolution. Yan po yung tawag sa decision ng PCAB. Ako po ay nagrekomenda lang. Ako yung nag-iimbestiga. Lahat naman po is well documented. So it is the board who gives out the resolution. Hindi po yung BR, hindi po yan by Treyes resolution. Board resolution po yan. Ayan. So after the board resolution, after receipt, you have 10 days to file your motion for reconsideration pag hindi po kayo sang-ayon. And then after 10 days, after receipt of your motion for reconsideration, you can file the board will come out again with a board resolution on your motion for reconsideration. Okay? So, no questions? Aba, hindi ko alam kung nakikinig kayo o hindi nyo naiintindihan. Okay, next slide. Ito na po yung sinasabi ko kanina na madugo, na nagkaroon po tayo ng 7-11 na bagong batas. Ay, sir, ano po yung gagawin namin kasi di po kami naka-renew. If next year na mag-renew, pwede po ba yun? Or need namin magbayad ng 2 renewals? Well, you have to... Kasi wala kayong engineer, hindi kayo nag-renew, basically your license now would have been expired. And if it is expired, we will treat it as if you do not have a license, unlicensed ka. Okay? So yun po yun. So kailangan mo mag-renew. Ngayon, kung gusto mo, next year, kasi feel mo o pakiramdam mo na wala ka ng magagamit, na hindi mo na siya magagamit, ayaw mo muna mag-construction, gusto mo na magpahinga, you need. And then next year ka na lang mag-apply, pwede naman po yun. However, magkakaroon ka po ng penalty. Okay? Magkakaroon kayo ng penalty doon sa filing fee. Okay? So madadagdagan po. Yes, madadagdagan yung bayad. The computation, I am not so much familiar, but if you would send me an email, I would answer you directly. Okay? Diyan kung magkano talaga. Okay? Example po sa DTI Provincial Office. During mediation, it has been found out na yung respondent po na contractor ay unlicensed. Nagkaroon man ng compromise agreement or failure ng mediation. Andun pa po yung issue na unlicensed. Yes, paano ang process? I-inform po agad ng DTI. Yes. Whether or not nagkaroon sila ng agreement or naayos nila yung case nila, the fact remains that he is still an unlicensed contractor, therefore he should now be penalized. That is basically under RA 11711, Section 4, Paragraph 8. So ito po yan, sir. Nakikita nyo ba? Yung unang bullet sa RA 11711 dun sa slides natin, sir. Kita nyo po dyan, any unlicensed contractor who for a price, commission, or wage, ayan, submits a contract, attempts to submit a contract, contracts and undertakes construction work. So yan po yan, under po ng C. Contracts and undertakes construction work. Assumes, shall be prohibited. Yan. Okay, shall be prohibited. Ang ano po niyan, penalty po niyan is 100, not less than 100,000 and not more than 500,000. 1% of the project cost. And then 1 year na bawal po siyang kumuha ng license sa amin. So what you need to do, sir, is just to endorse it to us and inform us that this contractor is a unlicensed contractor, and after that we will take over and we will be the one to continue with the investigation. Thank you very much for the Sir Marvin Garcia of DTI Batangas. Salamat po. Ano po ang penalty sa mga contractors na hindi licensed sa PCAB at hindi tinatapos ang project or susunod na nasa contract or susunod? Well, pag unlicensed po, basically, I just told it a while ago, 100 to 500, 1 year na hindi siya makakuha ng license. Tapos plus 1% of the total project cost. And then, magkakaroon po yan ng, sa Tagalog, magkakaroon po, hindi po namin siya papayagan. I'm very sorry, hindi po ako diretso magsalita ng Tagalog. Hindi po namin siya papayagan na kahit mag-amo seminar man lang. Ayan po yung natin dyan. So it's not only hindi lang po yung cease and desist order, pero bawal din po siya. So ang part of that, since there will be a cease and desist order, a permanent cease and desist order, susulatan din po namin yung mayor kung saan siya kumuha ng mayor's permit na i-suspend yung mayor's permit niya. And then pangalawa, yung building official also, para hindi po siya mabigyan ng building tawag dito ng building permit or yung building permit na binigay sa kanya ay i-suspend. Okay? Para hindi talaga siya makagawa. Paano po i-enforce ang penalty? Well, we enforce it on our own. May mga sheriff po kami. However, kapag ayaw pa niya, if you read RA 4566, nakalagay po dyan, pwede po namin ipa-enforce yan sa mga pulis at sa mayor. Okay? Thank you very much for the question, Sir Edgar. Si Ma'am Diane from the Congress. Attorney Reyes, who is accountable for pre-sale offered by developers of condo or housing units through their agents, but unfortunately were not turned into buyers when such transaction was already fully settled or paid. Only discovered that the buyer subject units were not yet constructed. Oh my God. Or any partial or only partially constructed, or there are other claimants same property. Okay. Si Madam Diane. Let me himayin po natin yung question nyo. Your contract basically is with the developers. Kasi pre-sale yan, bumili kayo sa developers and not with the contractor. So, you do not have any contract or any relationship with the contractor. Your relationship per se is only with the developers. Now, before developers can or are able to sell, basically, kailangan muna nila magkaroon ng license or ng license to sell that particular project. And if there are other claimants to the same property, sabihin natin yung lupa na may mga claimants doon, hindi yan usually binibigyan ng license. Dati, ang nagbibigay dyan ng license para magbenta is HLURB, but I think na bago na ngayon, wala na yung HLURB, it is another agency now. So, what I suggest basically is to first check whether or not this developer that you are looking into have a license to sell. May license permit number po yan para magbenta sila. Pag wala po silang license permit number, bawal po yun. Hindi po sila pwede magbenta, and there are penalties accorded to by law and by dati po kasi nagpa-practice din po ako dyan. That's why I know it. But if you look into your problem, you do not have any problem with the contractors. Okay? However, if your developer are also contractors per se, you can come to us. And we will discuss that later. That is basically F of Section 28 of 4566. Sige, discuss ko na. If you look at Section 28 of 4566, paragraph F, nakalagay po dyan, doing any fraudulent or willful act by the licensee, and as a consequence, another person is injured or damaged. So, if the developer is also a contractor and a licensee at the same time, you can use paragraph F. Because an injury na nangyari sa inyo. This time, the injury and the damage is not only monetary in nature, but also emotional in nature. Diba? Kalain mo, excited ka na. Tapos biglang wala. Ayan. I hope I have answered your question, Madam Diana. Well, that's a very good question po. Thank you, Attorney Reyes. Isa pa po. Go ahead lang, Sir Edgar. Sige po. Need po ba ng verified complaint to report? Well, since Sir Edgar, I think you are from, tawag dito, DTI Batangas, you can just endorse it to us memorandum. Part po kayo ng exception because you are from another government agency. Hindi po problema. In engaging, manaligod also. Yung isa kanina, manaligod. Aba, maraming manaligod. Magkamag-anak po ba kayo? Ayan. In engaging into construction works, housing, buildings, roads, what are the usual terms and conditions of a construction contract to ensure that the rights of the contractor as well as the owner are protected? Is there a sample format? Well, there are sample formats. But for me, if you're going to use the sample format, for me, the most important would be basically the abandonment clause or the termination clause. Okay? Kasi, ang format po kasi niyan would be, basic naman po yung format niyan, but there are formats which are prepared, there are prepared templates by the other boards, basically, and you can use that. But for me, the most important in your contract are three things: abandonment clause, termination clause, and arbitration clause. Okay? Arbitration clause, ibig sabihin, kapag nagkaroon ng problema, ang makikinig at magkakaroon ng jurisdiction is the SIAC. It's the Construction Arbitration Commission. You do not need to go to courts because our courts are so swamped right now. Punong-puno yung dockets nila. It takes usually several years para matapos ang mga kaso. But with the SIAC, usually it's 6 months to a year. Very, very fast. So kailangan nyo ng arbitration clause. Pangalawa, for the contractors, I suggest a abandonment clause. Attorney, ano yung abandonment clause? These are reasons for you to be able to abandon the project. Kasi kung unreasonable naman yung may-ari, mamaya-maya nagpapadagdag ng mga ipapagawa na wala naman dun sa sa usapan o wala sa blueprint. And then ayaw niya ipamove yung deadline, lugi ka dun. Di ba? Or a termination clause would also now work both ways. Pwede po yan para sa may-ari naman, sa project owner. Ang tagal na. Sabi magtatapos ng 1 year. Naka 8 months na, 20% pa lang ang nagagawa. Di ba? So, there is now a termination clause and reasons specified therein when you can terminate the contract. Okay? So, we can give out the template. It's very easy. Ang sa akin, yung tatlo na yon ang importante kapag tatanungin nyo ako in my opinion. Okay? Si Sir Cesar again. Sir, meron bang template sa contract? I just answered this. Next question, does RA 11711 cover individual professionals without license? Yes. Foreigners, okay. There is such a thing as we call contract managers. We are studying it that there is such a thing as we call contract managers kasi meron yung mga sa mga construction managers pala. Meron doon sa mga malalaking mga construction firms or malalaking mga project, yung mga billion-billion ng project na yan. Kumukuha sila from the outside or foreigners, not basically to do the project, but to supervise the project. So there is a difference between a contractor and a project manager. Yan po yung contractor supervisor or contractor manager. There's a difference about, we are currently studying that and we will come out with a board resolution regarding that in order for us to put a delineation or yung linya which separates both. Kasi dito sa Pilipinas, ang nangyayari, nag-encroach na si project supervising construction supervisor or construction manager doon sa trabaho ng contractor. Nag-encroach niya, sumusobra na. That's why kailangan na natin i-delineate. Dati kasi, clear cut. Now, medyo, ano yung term? Paano mo yung bata na they try and they try? Medyo nangungulit na. Kinikiliti na nila, akin na yan. So we need to put something to that. That is a very nice question. Kaya inaano namin yan. However, kapag yung ano naman ay hindi, there's no law naman prohibiting na pwede sila mag-exercise ng profession dito. As long, kasi na may mga licenses and permits naman yan, kukuha sila sa DOLE ng license para to work here in the Philippines, tapos kukuha sila ng working visa nila, I think it's 9G, doon naman sa immigration. If they have that both, there's no problem. Okay? I hope I answered the question. And DOLE naman. Attorney, rampant po ang contractor na walang PCAB, lalo na sa residential projects. Just send them here. We have a lot of... ang ginagawa po ng DOLE is yung order nyo. Sinisisi kami. Nakaka-copy furnish kami. Send them here and then we come up with the we come up with the investigation ourselves. And if there is a problem, we just request the DOLE for more information. But basically what we do is we take over the investigation dun sa unlicensed part. Kasi minsan, hindi lang unlicensed. Ang nakalagay po sa order nyo is walang SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, di ba yung mga yan? And then walang health safety officer, and then walang PCAB. So kami, hanggang dun lang sa PCAB area. So we check and then we investigate. I think in a month, we receive around 12 to 15 or if not 18 from DOLE. Ayan po. So it's very, we thank DOLE for the assist sa pagsusumbong. Ayan, kasi nakakatulong po yan sa trabaho namin. And then we are forever grateful with working hand in hand with DOLE. Okay? Yes po, attorney, mom and daughter. Oh wow, di ba? Thank you very much, mag-ina, yung present dito sa the Manaligod family. Dear participants, please don't forget to register. Oh, okay. Do not forget to register. Ayan, you're welcome. Ma-account din po ba sa personal yung related sa paggawa ng contract? Yes. Yes. We are not only talking about big projects. We are also talking about projects na gumagawa din sa bahay. Lahat po yan contractor. Construction pa rin po yan. So for example, yung paggawa ng bintana, yung sa, ano nga tawag dito? Aluminum. Yung sa mga aluminum works. If they only do aluminum works per se, that is not construction. They are just doing the fitting. However, kapag sila na ang nag-install nung aluminum, okay, yung mga kahit ang TV at ang mga tawag dito, mga aircon, they need to have a PCAB license because that's construction. Okay? Yung mga malalaking appliances, ayan, sila, here in the Philippines, may mga PCAB license po yan. Samsung, yan. Okay? So, kahit po personal, hindi lang po mga malalaking project. And
Okay.
is PCAB coordinate, sir?
Yes, sir. Attorney Reyes, actually, we will be allocating a dedicated time for the question and answer later para po matapos yung presentation, sir.
Okay. Sige. If you look at section 28, I'm very sorry, I'll answer all of your questions. So, just 30 questions naman.
Actually.
No. I have until 12 o'clock naman, right?
Yes.
Don't worry. I'll be able to finish. Thank you very much, Alex. I'll be able to finish. Don't worry. I'll be able to finish. I do this every day. Almost every day. So don't worry. Is PCAB coordinating with Pag-ibig Fund? Kasi ang alam ko po, Pag-ibig Fund is accepting a license. Wala pa po. Wow. Thank you very much, Mr. Edgar. Hindi ko po alam na... We'll try to talk to them. We'll try to, alam mo, sa dami po kasi naming trabaho kung minsan nakakaligtaan namin ng pag-ibig. Ayan. But of course, since you have already mentioned us, baka ngayon magkaroon po ako ng pag-ibig. Ayan. Salamat po, sir. Salamat po, Sir Edgar. We'll coordinate with them. Ayan. Attorney, hiraman ng PCAB license, rampat, bawal po yan. That is under D of Section 28. Ayan, D. Bawal po ang magpahiram ng lisensya, bawal po ang gumamit ng lisensya ng ibang tao, bawal po yung royalty, bawal po kumuha na unlicensed na subcontractor, bawal po lahat yan. It will now come under RA 11711. Okay? Papasok na po yan dyan. What's our accountability po in DTI as a PCAB window for appearance? What do you mean po, ma'am, accountability? DTI R2. Region 2 po ito. Cyrus Restauro. Oh, so kababayan ko pa yata ito. I don't understand the question. What's your accountability? Pag ano po, sir, pag kunwari STE appearance, usually Zoom po kami ngayon. Dati kasi nagpapa STE appearance yata, pero ngayon hindi po muna namin ginagawa. Ang nag-a-appearance ngayon dito sa PCAB is through the Zoom. Okay? So, yun. I can check later. You can call me mamaya. I think kababayan ko to R2. Kung it's Region 2. Oo. Ibig sabihin, sir, ang mga installer ng mga aluminum components sa building, sa construction ng bahay, yes, of course. Kailangan po PCAB license po. Yes. Kahit nga yung air condition. Yan. Because that's still construction works. Pag tinignan nyo yung definition ng contractor o contractor, yes. Kasama po yan. Okay? So we go. Section 28 of RA 4566. I think I have covered all of the questions. Thank you very much for the questions. Naging lively ng konti. Pero although I would have loved to see your faces sana. Paano ko ba makikita yung faces nila? Ayun, dito sa gallery. Ayan. Okay. Kaso nga lang, walang naka-video. Si Sir Serafin lang ang naka-video. Oh, okay lang. Si Sir Serafin lang ang pogi. Siya lang naka-video. Ayan. So anyway. So, ayan. Anyway, moving forward. So we discussed Section 20. These are the prohibited acts. So Section 28, paragraph A. A basically is abandonment. Yan na po yung abandonment. Willful and deliberate abandonment without a lawful and just excuse. Pag sinabi po natin abandonment, it should be without lawful and just excuse. Usually, ang tanong, attorney, bakit may lawful and just excuse ba? May abandonment ba na may lawful and just excuse? Yes. Nung Marawi, that is lawful and just excuse for you to abandon your project. Ano yung tatapusin? Tapusin ko pa yung palitada. Yung gera na nga, pinapasabog na yung building, tatapusin mo pa palitada. That's a lawful and just excuse. Okay? O kaya, kapag, ayun, nung sumabog yung bulkan. Di ba? Pwede mag-abandon doon. O kaya yung, nung 2020, from March 17 until August 30, during that duration, bawal po lumabas ng bahay. So, pwede po mag-abandon ng project. See? Lawful and just excuse pag-abandon. Okay? B. Willful, material, substantial departure. Ito po yung sinasabi ko kanina. Mag-abandon, inabandon na nga, tapos dinisregard pa yung mga plano and specifications. Okay? C, basically has been already amended. C has been amended by paragraph RA 11711 dito sa pang-apat na yung may listahan. Yan na po yung C. I'll discuss it later. D, basically yung sinabi ko kanina, Bawal po yung magpahiram, bawal mag-royalty, bawal din ang kumuha na subcon na hindi lisensyado. Okay? E is self-explanatory. F is... Ano ba yung F? F basically is causing damage to a third person with the use of a license, with the use of your PCAB license. And when we talk of damage, all sorts of damage po ito. So it's not only physical damage, or not only damage to property. Kanina sinabi natin is monetary damage. And then may pwede rin yung emotional damage. Ayan. However, kahit po financial damage yung na-cause sa inyo, ang importante po dyan ay kailangan yung prayer nyo or what you are seeking is to discipline the contractor. It is not to get your money back. Okay? Sir, regarding sa STE, no need na ba ang mga engineers ng applicant ng PCAB license to appear in DTI office? No more for now, because what we do is to ask them to file na lang ang nagkakandak na ng Zoom basically ng face-to-face ng STE is dito na sa amin via Zoom. Okay, because we are very happy to announce that 2 months from March 17 nung in-announce na nagkaroon ng lockdown, in 2 months time we were able to make or do our launch, basically our online process. So yung pag-apply na po ng license ngayon is all online. I think sobrang po naming yabang dyan, and we are very happy kasi kami lang po sa buong Pilipinas ang end-to-end digitized and online ng application. From the time of submission of your requirements to the payment of your filing fee, to the evaluation, up to the printing of your licenses, it's all online. Hindi na kami nagbibigay ng hard copy. Ang binibigay na lang namin is pinapadala namin lahat sa email ng mga contractors. And everything is online. Ayan. And then kapag nag-file kayo, makikita na doon kung nasaan na yung application nyo. So makikita nyo, application is being evaluated. So makikita kung nag-evaluate or hindi. And then pag nakikita nyo, technical evaluation finished. Financial evaluation finished. Division Chief of Evaluation. Director of PCAB. Board. Ayan. So makikita nyo kung nasa niya yung application nyo. Real time. Kung ayaw nyong tulugan, bantayan nyo. Makikita nyo nagbabago po yun. Real time yan. So you do not need to come to us anymore or call us na mag-follow up. You just need to look, go online, and check. Because what we did was basically, during the pandemic, hindi natin alam gaano katagal, we wanted our applicants and our contractors to be able to apply and print their licenses and do everything online within the safety of their own houses. Ayan. So, we are very proud of that, and we are the only agency, I think, in the whole Philippines na end-to-end online. End-to-end online. Yeah. Okay? So, I'll give my email later. Okay? Attorney, I am from Dole. We process application for approval of constructions. Yes. For private constructions, but without PCAB license. You should compel them, sir. Hindi po can we compel them. You should compel them. Because, okay, let me, since you are basically, doing this for the safety, ito po yung for yung safety and health program, PCAB, basically, when we do this, basically, si PCAB is mandated na kumuha ng na magbigay ng lisensya. So nung sinabi ng batas, lahat ng gagawa ng construction kailangan ng lisensya. 'Di ba? The government now use its police power to regulate the construction industry. The act of construction basically is not illegal per se. It is not an evil per se. Unlike yung pagpatay ng tao with the use of a gun. But construction is not illegal or evil per se. It became a violation to do without license because there is a law prohibiting it. Okay? Tulad po yan ng driving of motor vehicle. If you drive a motor vehicle, kailangan mo ng lisensya. Why? Di ba? In its very nature, it is not an evil. Pero kailangan mo ng lisensya. Why? Because may batas na nagsasabi. Bakit na naman? For the safety of everyone. Kasi kung sino-sino lang ang magdadrive, delikado naman yung mga naglalakad sa mga daan. Ganon din ang pagiging doktor. Being a doctor in the practice of medicine basically is even very noble in itself. It is a noble profession. But it has been regulated kasi kapag hindi natin ni-regulate yan, lahat ng tao pwede maging doktor. Imagine. And if that happens, okay, this is not for a commercial and I have not been paid with this commercial or with this comment. And if that happens, baka maging universal medicine ang biogesic. Pag masakit ang ulo, biogesic. Masakit ang katawan, biogesic. Masakit ang tiyan, biogesic. Hindi ako makatulog, biogesic. Giniginawa ko, biogesic. O tingnan mo, biogesic na lahat. Hindi po ako bayad ng biogesic. Okay? However, kapag nagkamali ang driver, ilan ang namamatay? Pa-isa-isa, padala-dalawa. Pag ang doktor ang nagkamali, ang namamatay pa isa-isa. Now I ask you this. Kapag ang contractor ang nagkamali, ang namamatay, libo-libo. Remember yung mga gumuho ng mga building? So that is why kailangan ang gumawa ng construction works are only those licensed given by PCAB because they have the know-how and the experience and they will not cut cost kasi chinek din namin yung kanilang financial capacity. Kasi nga may AAA, AA, B, C, D, and so forth. Now you understand why there is a need to regulate construction. During the recent earthquake, in one place, almost 90% or if not 95% of the houses that were erected collapsed. Why would that happen when in fact ang nakalagay sa building code, every building which should be erected or even a house should be able to withstand a earthquake with a magnitude of 9. Magnitude 9 dapat. The recent earthquake at the very epicenter was only what? 7.3? Yung pinakamalakas? So nasa na yung magnitude 9? So hindi nila finalo. Now we answer the question. Kasi ang daming nagtanong sa akin yan. So ang sa akin, well, was the law applied? Was there anyone who monitored the application of the law? O baka nagbigay na lang ng mga building permits na hindi nag-check kung kayang i-sustain ang magnitude 9 ng plano na ito? I did not say any name, nor did I say any office na in charge dyan. Okay? I'm just answering the question ni Sir. Sino na nagtanong? Ayan, nagdole. But of course, sir, doon sa mga mag-a-apply pa lang, you do not accept, kasi pag first-time applicant, kailangan din nila ng health program. 'di ba? Kailangan din may health and safety seminar sila na na-undergo. So ang purpose niyan is kapag doon sa kanilang health officer, safety officer, pag first timer no, pero pag gumagawa na yan ng construction, sabihin nyo na sa amin. Okay? I hope that is very clear. Sir, ano po email nyo? It is... I'll type it later. I'll type it later before we finish. May mga pumunta pa rin kasi sa office namin. Sa Region for STE, ang sabi nyo ay via Zoom. Gusto naming malaman kung paano sila mag-join sa Zoom para masabi namin. Well, if they apply, we send them email kung kailan sila mag-Zoom. Okay? I will check this later. Could you please come back to me after this? Si Sir Serafin, I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm very sorry. Ayoko po magkamali. I'm not going to pronounce it. Baka magkamali po ako. Thanks, attorney. It's not an option, so we really need to require... Yes. Okay, so let us go back. Thank you very much for the questions. As I have said, I will answer all questions kasi nag-attend kayo, may mga kailangan kayong klaruhin bago po natin makalimutan. So we now move to RA 11711. If you look at RA 11711, 4 lang po ang nakalagay dyan na prohibitions. Pero yung 4 na yan po ay sobrang bibigat. Unang-una, ito. Tignan nyo ito dun sa first paragraph tayo. Any unlicensed contract commission, fee or wage submits a bid to construct. B, attempts to submit a bid to construct. Yung to submit a bid to construct, that's understandable. Because you joined a bid. Ito mas mabigat. Pareho lang ang penalty at ang violation sa attempted stage at sa consummated stage. Attempts to submit a bid to construct. Mag-a-attempt ka pa lang. May violation ka na. Di ba? At pantay ang kanyang penalty dun sa nag-submit. This is for the unlicensed, You see? Okay. Para po hindi kayo maguluhan at kayo ay maging, maklaruhan. Ayan. Kasi nung una, ako ay naguluhan din. So I had to study this and review. Basically, dun sa attempts, ang attempted stage po kasi, if we follow the revised penal code, ang ibig sabihin po ng attempted stage, there should be an overt act connected to the commission of the crime which should have been committed by the person. So may overt act. Meron na siyang ginawa in connection to the commission of the offense. So what is that overt act? Ang overt act po dito, basically is that you attempt, dapat nasaan ka? You are already in the office conducting. Nandun ka na sa premises ng office conducting the bid. Number 1, you are in the premises of the office conducting the bid. Number 2, you hold with you all of the bid documents. Ipapasa mo na lang. And number 3, all of the bid documents have been fully accomplished and notarized without anything else to do but to submit the same. Very important. So una, nandun ka sa premises. So yung naisip mo na gumawa, mag-submit ng bid na license ka, hindi pa violation. Pag pumasok ka sa, kunwari, pag-file ka sa NHA, may gate doon. Yun ang premises. O kaya, sa krame. Yan. O kaya, yan. And then, number 2, pag number 2 naman is you should hold with you the bid docs. Ayan. And number 3, yung bid docs mo kompleto na wala ka na ibang gagawin. napirmahan na lahat ng page, it has been fully accomplished without anything else to do but to submit the same. That is now what it means na attempted stage. Yun po yung bawal. Okay? The contract under the assumes, ito po yung D, yung kanina natin na pag-usapan, assumes charge of a supervisory capacity of a construction work shall be prohibited. Those are the very words. Kapag unlicensed ka, tapos sabi mo, ako na magtapos dyan, bayaran mo na lang ako. Parang subcon. Okay? Triple G, April Joy. Sir, nag-apply po kami ng PCAB pero na-disapprove po with the reason is the reason. Hindi naman kompleto yung reason. You can email me later so we can check. Okay, what else? Unlicensed joint venture contractor, kapag dalawang contractor ay lisensyado, tapos nag-apply sila, kailangan nila mag-apply ng joint venture license. Otherwise, hindi po pwede, bawal po yan. There will be a penalty again. Okay, individuals, ito po yung number 3 paragraph, ito yung mga filingero at filingera. Unlawful for a managing partner, officer, employee, or of a partnership construction to individually engage into contracting business, the capacity of contractor without having. So kahit yung boss mo, for example, sino ba pinakamasikat ngayon? Ganito na lang. Ayan, baka magsabi ako maraming magselos. Kung So si Popoy and Basha Designs. Yan, sikat yan. Si Popoy and Basha, di ba, meron silang managing officer. Yan, managing officer nila, sabihin natin, si Sir Alex Carandang. Mukhang artistahin naman si Sir Alex. Isama natin kay Popoy and Basha. So si Sir Alex Carandang, si Popoy and Basha, may lisensyado. Si Alex Carandang, si Sir Alex, gusto niya maging contractor din. So sabi niya, gamitin ko ang lisensya ni Popoy at Basha Designs. Bawal po yan. Hindi po pwede yan, sir. Okay? Kahit mukha kayong artista, kailangan nyo pa rin ng lisensya. Okay? And then, the 4th paragraph would be, any person who, ito po yung nagpalit dun sa C ng RE 4566. Look at this, ha. Kapag nag-file kayo ng license or certificate of another, nagpresenta kayo ng lisensya ng iba, nagbigay kayo ng false evidence sa PCAB board, tapos nag-impersonate kayo ng ibang tao pag-apply ng license, gumamit kayo ng expired license. Ito po si Triple G kanina, sabi niya ayaw niya na mag-apply. Ito po pag expired yung license nyo, hindi nyo na po pwedeng gamitin or gumamit kayo ng revoked license. Ito po yung 4th paragraph, yan po yung may kulong. And then your penalty is 500 to 1 million plus 1% of the project cost. Kapag license na kayo tapos na expire, mare-revoke na rin po yan. Kapag sinabi natin revoke, there is no license to speak of. It is as if you do not have a license anymore. Okay? So, I think we end with that. Any other questions? Sir Alex? Sabi ko sa inyo, sir, kaya natin to hanggang alas 12. I still have 20 minutes to spare. If there are no other questions, picture taking na. Ganun ba? May mga questions pa tayo?
Again, thank you, Attorney Reyes, for answering all the questions. I think we have few more questions pa, no, sir? We still have 20 minutes.
Yeah, go ahead. My email address, sandali lang. Commemorate Honorio. It's Honorio, ha? Hindi Honorario.
Honorio.
Yes, Honorio Eduardo Reyes. Let me just double check para hindi po tayo magkamali, ha? Kasi baka magkamali ako, at construction.gov.ph. Okay. Sige lang po, may mga question ba?
Okay, let me just remind ang ating mga consumer na i-verify sa pcab.gov.ph.gov-verify contractors na kukunin natin para mas panatag tayo when we enter contact with them. This even might save you hassle so should there be any problem sa kanilang trabaho. Let me inform first na makaka-download naman po kayo ng copy ng presentation ni Attorney Reyes after you accomplish the client satisfaction form or the CSF form that will be posted in the chat box section. So I think we can still accommodate some few questions. Sir, we have listed some few questions. So
Sige lang po.
Start with the first question. Eto, sir. Who may file a contractor's license and what are the type of contractor's license?
Sir Alex, medyo nag-choppy po kayo. Palagay na lang, sir, sa ano?
Okay.
Hindi ko marinig. Pwede nyo bang ilagay na lang, i-copy paste nyo na lang dito sa sa chat group? Di ko po Tapos Josephine, are you there?
Ayan, sir, may magka-copy paste na po from the admin.
Okay. Josephine, if you're there, could you please also for questions, you can put the email address of the Monitoring and Enforcement Division also. The email address of the Monitoring and Enforcement Division, as well as the cell phone number of the Monitoring and Enforcement Division. Okay? Wag na po yung yung number ko. Punong-puno na po. Okay? Who may file for contractor's license and what are the types of the contractor's license? Well, anybody can apply for a construction license. Okay, anyone can apply for a contractor's license as long as you are qualified. When I mean qualified, you have all of the requirements. So basically, we suggest that you first, because it is a requirement naman din po, kailangan nyo po mag-seminar ng AMO seminar. It is the Authorized Managing Officer Seminar. So, kailangan nyo po muna mag-AMO seminar and pag doon sa AMO seminar, lahat po ng tanong nyo, lahat ng kailangan nyong malaman tungkol sa construction license na di-discuss po doon. I am also one of the speakers there. Okay, so it is done online. So, basically, you can apply the AMO seminar and then this one kasi is very nitty-gritty. So, it will be discussed there in types ng contractor's license. Okay, magkaiba po yung category sa classification and magkaiba din po yung allowable ranges sa government. So, we start with the category. Yung category po, yan po yung sinasabi natin na AAA, quadruple A, double A. Yan po kung gaano kalaki. Okay, yung classification would be whether you're general building or general engineering. Pag general building or general engineering, pag general building, yung projects na ginagawa nyo ay pataas. Pag general building, it's pababa. Yung mga roads, irrigation, flood control, yan. And then we have also yung mga specializations which are also part of the classifications. Aside from that, meron din po tayong mga tinatawag na yung nakikita nyo is the small b, small a, large b, large a, yung mga yan. That is basically the project ranges that you can join with the government. So it's very difficult to with the very limited time. I would suggest that everybody would, if you want, pwede kayo mag-apply ng AMO seminar. I think naman hindi ganun kamahal. Okay? So, thank you po. Ako, attorney is RA 11711. Sino po ang implementing agency? Kami po. Or can we create a task force interagency like DOLE, DILG? That is very welcome. Of course, we cannot do that on our own. Any help we can get from you is very welcome. Please don't hesitate to contact us. And sa DOLE po, I think there was a move and then biglang nawala. I don't know what happened with that dun sa pag-implement natin. But if you want to continue it again, we are very happy for your help, and basically meron na po tayong mga guidelines na ginawa namin. The guidelines and the IRR for 11.7.11, i-implement na lang natin yan. We have already written that. So, yung ano nyo po, yung DOLE, DTI, DILG, SIAP, or any interagency help, much appreciated, and I hope it will come into fruition. We cannot do it alone. We cannot do it alone. Even if we do not have even the manpower to do that. Okay? So thank you very much. Attorney, in case po na in the middle of construction, nag-subcontract si contractor, will that possibly become a joint venture or fall into... Hindi, subcontractor yan, sir. Siya pa rin ang GenCon. Siya pa rin ang hindi pa po rin siya prohibited act. Okay, imagine ano ba to? Tama ba? Yan. Imagine a triangle. Sabi ng anak ko. Okay. Triangle. Ayan. The contract between the project owner and then the contractor, yung GenCon, is this. Wala, yung nasa baba, basically si contractor, ang kausap niya is the project owner. And then si contractor, ang kausap niya si subcontractor. Wala pong contract relationship between the project owner and the subcon. Unless sinabi niyo po sa kontrata, bawal ka mag-subcon. Gusto ko ikaw ang gumawa. Tapos nag-subcon siya, yun ang bawal. Even in the government, pag tinignan niyo po yung mga kontrata sa gobyerno, pag nagbibigay po yan ng kontrata, bago mag-subcon si GenCon, humihingi muna yan ng authority doon sa government agency kung sino na nag-bid, na may-ari ng project na yan. Kailangan may power siya na mag-subcon. Otherwise, that is a violation of law and violation of the Procurement Act. Okay? Kailangan may authority. Otherwise, bawal. I hope I've answered the question. Ayan, si Ma'am Patricia Manalikod. Okay, good day. Sorry, good evening. Inantok ako. This is from R.A. Villarmino. Here in Leyte. Wow, ang layo. Hello. Nag-apply po kami ng renewal ng PCAB license. Na-approve na po siya. Pero yung certificate di po lumalabas. I-click nyo po ba pag nag-apply kayo, may kita nyo there, there's a license tab. I-click nyo po yung tab na yun, lalabas yan. Pwede patulong po ako dito mag-verify via online. Yeah, you have to click. Kasi pag nag-online ulit kayo, nag-enter kayo, you will see there na your license has already been approved. I-check nyo doon, may sa taas, may mga nakalista. So, i-check nyo yung license. Pag pinindot nyo yun, do it now. Pag pinindot nyo yun, lalabas na yung license nyo. Are you ready to generate your license? Ilalagay, generate. Tapos print. Ayan. Thanks, attorney, for engaging session with you. You're welcome po, ma'am. Thank you very much also for having me. Dear participants, okay, thanks, congrats for another. Yes, congratulations po. I hope na attorney, is it a law now that all construction projects should be done? Well, yes, it's not only now, but basically that's specifically stated sa government projects, and not only government projects but everywhere else because of 11.7.11 and Dati kasi nagkaroon ng problema between the consumer protection and PCAB kung sino ang may jurisdiction over unlicensed. Now, by virtue of 11.7.11, there's no question. Si PCAB ang may authority at of course tumutulong ang consumer protection by virtue of 11.7.11 kasi nakalagay specifically, ito ang gagawin mo, PCAB, ito yung penalty mo, ito yung But of course, hindi naman namin tinatanggal yung power ng consumer protection because we are forever grateful sa lahat ng naitulong ng consumer protection. Specifically doon sa mga ine-endorse nila sa amin year in, year out na mga kaso. Okay, that has helped a lot. And of course, remember that our mandate basically is for the protection of the public. As I have told you, the more contractors that we have, the more the public is well protected. Okay? So remember, okay, I think by a decade ago, 10 years ago, a decade ago, there was even less than 8,000 contractors. When I came in, there were only 8,500 contractors. Now, after 5 or 6 years, there is already 18,000 regular contractors plus, I think it becomes 25,000 kapag idagdag mo yung special contractors, special license. Okay? So imagine from 8,000 to 25,000. That's very big. Okay? Salamat po, attorney, sa shared knowledge nyo. Sana may seminar din kung paano ang proseso ng... Yeah. We are coming up with that. We just wait for the system. We're coming up with that. Meron na rin po kami. Kasi alam mo kami dito sa PCAB, mahilig kami sa online. So gumagawa kami ng online system for this. And then online system also for the complaints. Complaints management system. And I hope by first quarter of next year, pwede na namin i-launch yung dalawang system na yan. Yung isa is for the processing, and then there will be units for that, and yung isa for the complaints management system. Okay? Very interactive discussion. Thank you po, Madam Jane. Thank you. Yeah, we try to use simple terms. Ayoko naman sabing elementary, di ba? But of course, lawyer, engineer, to be able to understand. That's why I hope everybody was understand at napuno yung mga kailangan namin ipapulot sa inyo. Okay? Meron pa po ba? Thank you very much po. So, sir, take it away. Sir Alex, kumusta daw po sabi ni Basha at saka ni Popoy?
May last question lang po, sir. From us.
Go ahead.
Listed from our question. Any tips po para sa consumers to protect ourselves from unlicensed or illegal contractors? Any red flags that we need to be aware of, sir?
Well, the first thing that you do is to verify. I already told you where you're able to verify. Chat, could you please put that again in the chat group for you to be able to see kung saan yung mag-verify, you know? Now, after verification, pangalawa, make sure when your contract is complete, rights nyo nandun in specific terms. And then number 3, kapag meron yung gustong idagdag dun sa kontrata, ilagay nyo na naman sa kasulatan. Remember, diba, it becomes easier for us dito sa PCAB or even sa SIAC kapag kompleto po yung kontrata. That is basically for your security and protection. Okay? Make sure na notaryado at saka you should be able to verify. Yung sinasabi ko po na dito sa amin is ulit-ulit yung sinabi, iiyak-iyakan. Ayan, thank you, Sir Sir Alex, for reminding me. Ibig sabihin po, we are pushing that, iiyak-iyakan. Ayan, kasi maraming iiyak dito eh. Isumbong, i-verify, isumbong, at kasuhan natin. Iiyakan. Ayan. I-verify, isumbong, at kasuhan natin. So kapag verify nyo na hindi license, sumbong nyo sa amin. Saka natin iiyakan. Iiyak-iyakan. That is the change management system. Later on, everything will be online. Kahit pag-file ng kaso, it will be with the click of your finger. But as of the moment, since we're still struggling to put that system up and before launching the system, I would advise everyone contractor that is unlicensed. that is not only for the protection of the public, but also for your protection. Huwag na po matigas ang ulo. Pag hindi lisensyado, isumbong nyo. Pag hindi lisensyado, isnabin nyo. Okay? Doon po tayo sa lisensyado para kayo ay protektado. Oh my God, nag-rhyme na ako. Okay, sige. Thank you very much. Take it away, Sir Alex. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Attorney Honorio Eduardo B. Reyes III, Chief Monitoring and Enforcement Division, the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board. Okay, muli, maraming salamat sa ating Ben, capable speaker ngayong umaga. At mula po sa Consumer Protection Group, maraming salamat po sa ating participant na nakasama natin ngayong umaga. Huwag niyo po kalimutan, samahan kaming muli sa aming mga susunod na webinar. Our announcement will be posted in our social media accounts. For more updates, please like, follow, subscribe to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube accounts, DTI Consumer Care and DTI-Philippine. This has been Alex Carandang. Thank you so much, everyone, and still please stay safe. Take care. Thank you, Attorney.
Recording stopped.
Para sa ating mamamayang Pilipino, para iwas daya dapat wais at alisto. Mainam maging mapagmatsyag at mapanuri tayo. Palakasin ang boses ng ating mga consumer. Dapat tama bawat presyo at serbisyo. Produktong pasado, lalo ang mga pangunahing bilihin. Ang kalidad ng mga produkto at serbisyo ay pangalagaan ng lahat, tayo ay panalo. Layunin ng DTI ito.
Ipatupad Price Act 7581, Consumer Act 7394, Product Standards 4109, for consumer care at iba pa, tayang 1384.
Ipalaganap karapatan at tungkulin, kaalamang tama sa consumer ibahagi. Tulay sa kaunlaran, kalakalan ay palakasin. Ito ang pagbabago para sa ikabubuti natin. Dapat tapat bawat presyo at serbisyo. Produktong pasado, lalo ang mga pangunahing bilihin. Ang kalidad ng mga produkto at serbisyo ay pangalagaan ng lahat, tayo ay panalo. Layunin ng DTI ito.
Ipatupad Price Act 7581, Consumer Act 7394, Product Standards 4109, for consumer care at iba pa, tayang 1384.
Dapat tama, dapat tapat, mula sa DTI ito.